everybody, it's Heather from Cottontail Crafts. It's Friday, August 29th. I'm here with my weekly makes video. I have a market tomorrow in Seagul. I have got nothing priced from last week. I've got nothing priced from this week. It's like 8:15 in the morning. I got to work at 9. So I thought I would bust out my filming before work. I might actually have to break it up because I do have quite a bit to show you. I might showcase the pattern pack now and then show you my other makes after work. Yeah, because it's a lot. So we're going to break up what I made this week into like different categories. Okay, so let me separate that. Okay. So I bought a pattern pack back in June, and I'm just going to separate because the pattern pack comes in 2 bundles. So I'm just separating out the dogs in one pattern pack and the dogs in another pattern pack. But yeah, I made these dogs probably a span of over 3 days. Yeah, at least 3 days. I might even be getting these mixed up. I don't know. But you'll get the gist of it. You will definitely get the gist of it. Okay, those are for after work. Okay, so this could be part of my Crochet Your collection because I bought this back in June and haven't made anything with it yet. So I think the labs are part of this. Let me see. Okay, the labs must be part of this one. So let's move those guys over. Okay, I think I got them sorted. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break this filming up into before work and after work because I have a lot to show you. I just need a sip of my coffee first. Oh, so good. So good. Okay, so this pattern pack is from Pugsy's Place. Her name is Kelly. And I had bought 3 patterns from her, and I already showcased the cats and the mice. But the dogs, it took me a while to revisit again. Some of them have a lot of color changes, so just keep that in mind. But they are very, very easy patterns to do, same as the cats. So there's 13 different dogs. There's a Puppy Pals 1 and a Puppy Pals 2. So there's 2 different PDFs in the pattern that you will get when you purchase it. I think this pattern pack cost me like $15 Canadian. Some of my yarn was not so fun to do, but I will talk about that when I talk about each critter. So I believe the Puppy Pals 1, and if I get this wrong, I'm sorry. Basically, there's 13 dogs in the pattern pack. Some of them are in the Puppy Pals 1 and some of them are in the Puppy Pals 2. And I have them divided, but I can't remember if this is 1 and this is 2 or if this is 2 and this is 1. But anyway. So the first ones I made were from this pattern pack. And the first one I made was this one. And it's a Chihuahua. Now, this is the new plush yarn from Michaels. I was super excited to dip into it. And it's stiff, horrible crap. And I ordered 2 balls of it. So making him was not fun. I did not enjoy him, but the pattern is very quick and easy. So I made him again in the Elise Voluto, just so you could see how stinking adorable he is, because this one does not do it justice at all. And normally the plush critters work up the same size as the Elise, but look, like, I don't know. Anyway, so I need to get through my toffee because I ordered 2 balls of it. But yeah, my yarn was just crap. So I made 2 chihuahuas. Solid color, very quick and easy. So I made 2 of those. I got a little box off to the side. I'm just gonna like throw them in there. And then I made the pug out of the same crappy yarn, but I need to use it. I need to get through it. But he turned out really cute. I wish I had all the colors in the Elise Voluto. I would have made them all in Elise Voluto, but I'm going to have to order some more of that yarn. So he's got a few color changes on his nose. His ears are surface crocheted on. His tail is done in the round. So the same as the kittens, these are very easy. And I actually enjoyed making most of them. I will talk about the ones I didn't enjoy so much when I get to them. But little pug, he's pretty cute. Now I put a black nose on him. I have a bunch of safety noses that I wanted to use up. Had I had to do it again, I would have put a brown nose on him. But I've got all these safety noses, and I've been actually plowing through them pretty good. So we made the little pug. I used Synchroized 16 mils. I can't remember what she used, but she just used the little black safety eyes. So then the next one I did, there's a boxer, but there's 2 different color options for the boxer. So this is the first one I made. He's a bulldog. He's a bulldog, sorry. I like this one better. I think I got his mouth a little bit better. You know how bulldogs have the grumpy mouth look to them? So I made that one. Look at his little tail. Like a lot of the ears are the same for all the dogs, depending on like ear style. So after a while, you kind of get to learn the pattern, right? And then the other bulldog I did was this one. So there's 2 bulldogs, just different color change options. So it's kind of nice that she does that, like shows you different ways to do one breed of dog. So I did those. So cute. I used Michael's for the majority of these dogs, but I did do Elise on this one. And then she has a Labrador Retriever, and she has like a yellow dog with brown ears. I decided to do a solid dog because most of the labs I know are solid colors. So I did a black lab first, and I did put a brown nose on him. And then I decided to do a chocolate lab and a yellow lab. And I did do the Elise Voluto for the yellow lab. So I did do a brown nose on him, so it would show up. But aren't they adorable? I'm probably just going to do $10 for these, the same as I do my cat patterns. And they sell well at 10, so we're going to leave it at 10. I think this is my favorite dog out of all of them. And some of these people aren't going to know what breed of dogs these are because they're kind of like cartoony, right? But this one, you will know what kind of dog it is. Like it's pretty, like you look at it, you will know. His little tail, it's a really small tail. But isn't he stinking cute? This is my favorite out of all of them. Little corgi. So this was all of the dogs that was in one pattern pack. And it was either Puppy Pals 1 or Puppy Pals 2. I think it was Puppy Pals 2 that had all these dogs in it. So then on my live, I did the wiener dog. And I made one before I did my live. So this is the one I made because I wanted to make sure that I understood the pattern before I jump on a live and do it. Now, I did have a problem with this one, and it's not the designer, it's totally me. I, for the life of me, could not surface crochet these big floppy ears and have it look good. A video might have been helpful for this dog, just saying. But I only struggled with his ears. So what I did was I crocheted the ears and sewed them on. For me, it was less frustration. But I decided on my live to go down a hook size for the ears and then decrease through the top round before I sewed them on, just to get the ears just a little bit smaller. I still wanted them like, you know, wiener dogs have big floppy ears, but I wanted his ears to be less overtaking of him. And I messed up and I did his tail too long. Sometimes on live you get distracted, but this pattern is really easy. It's all one color. And I just tweaked the ears to work for me. But he's adorable. So I made 2 brown wiener dogs. Well, then the next morning, she has in her pattern a color change for the black and tan one. So I made one of those, and again, I hooked down hook size for his ears. But how cute is this one? This one is really easy. I might do 12 for him because he is a little bit bigger. He's more rounds than the other guy. But just so stinking cute. And I've heard other people say how well the wiener dogs do, so I'm really glad to have a little wiener dog in my collection that I can just pump out some. I can't say the D word because I can't pronounce that word for some reason. So, wiener dog. Dachshund, I can't say it. I can't say it. Oh, this dog was the worst out of all of them because same ears, same pattern for the ears. But she does it in fur yarn and it looks so stinking adorable that I wanted to do it in fur yarn too. Well, I can't surface crochet these ears for some reason. So I'm like, well, I'll just crochet them and sew them on like I did the wiener dog. But my fur yarn is from Michael's. It's 3-stranded. 3 strands is too much. 1 is not enough. So I try to do it with 2 strands, but trying to figure out how much yarn to cut off my ball. The first 2 times I did it, I didn't have enough. Second time I did it, I was just a little bit short. So his ears are a little bit smaller than the wiener dog's ears because I was not messing around with any more cotton fur yarn. No. So his ears are a little bit smaller than they're supposed to be, but I was just done with these ears. I need to find fur yarn that is 1-stranded, that is thick enough. The Michael's yarn is good for cutting it and using it for the top of chicken heads, or if you're sewing fur down a dragon, that's fine. But when you want to split it, it's very frustrating. But here is the spaniel. The spaniel. We used to have a Springer Spaniel growing up as a kid, and his name was Patches. He was black and white, but this one is brown and white. But this is stinking cute. I would totally make it again if I had the right kind of fur yarn. That was the only thing that frustrated me, and that was me and the yarn, nothing to do with the pattern. I have nothing but good things to say about this pattern. I just wish she had a video on surface crocheting this style of ears on because I didn't have a problem with any of the other ears. But isn't he adorable? I just think he's adorable. So there's my spaniel. And I am so happy that I got one of each breed done because it's a lot. There's 13 of them. It's a lot. You get a lot for your money with this one. Now, this is probably one of the least favorite breeds in this pattern pack. And it's only because I don't really think it looks like the dog. But again, I was using that horrible toffee color from Premier. I'm not very happy with my balls of toffee. But this is supposed to be a German Shepherd. And your color changes will be a lot neater if you just cut and tie as you go. There was a few of them that I cut and tied and it made a huge difference. As you can see, I didn't cut and tie with this one. I can go back and cover that with a strand of yarn, no problem. It's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. This is probably my least favorite out of all the breeds. To me, it looks like a pug mixed with something else. To me, this does not look like a German Shepherd. But if I used the Elise Voluto, probably would have turned out better. I probably won't do the German Shepherd again. And I ran out of my 16 mil safety eyes. So I had to use 16 mil non-sinker eyes, and I don't like them as much. I just don't like them as much. I can't wait until I'm through them all. So I did have to go on Temu and order some more eyes, because that's where I get my small eyes from. So the next dog I did was the Boxer. And I cut and tied on this one. And you can see how much cleaner his color changes are. I did not have to go back in and sew over any color changes. But I think he's pretty stinking cute. He's like brown, dark brown, and white. His little tail. So I'm going to take them to Sackville tomorrow. I have so much to do after work. I got to price last week's stuff, this week's stuff. I'm not going to take any embroidery with me at all. I'm just going to take 3D printed stuff and crochet stuff, my clearance bin. And I got the map of where I'm going to be, and I'm in a totally different part of the park. Which I don't know how I feel about that. I like being right by the playground because I do really well when I'm right in front of the playground, but this week I'm nowhere near the playground. So we shall see how I do. So the next dog I did was a Beagle, and he's pretty cute too. He's pretty cute too. Now, these ears were similar to the wiener dog, but not as many stitches, so a little bit smaller. I still could not get them surface crocheted on, and I don't know if it's because you gotta join, chain, join back in, and then do a border, or like I just couldn't get it to look neat. So for me, just crochet them and sew them on. That's what worked for me. It really doesn't take that long to sew them on. So that's what I will be doing with these cute little puppy dogs. The Beagle's cute too. So the last dog I have to show you out of this pattern pack is the Husky. And he's right up there with the Corgi. He's pretty stinking cute. Like when you look at this, I think you'll know what it is. My noses are kind of like a velvet. They're like they got a velvet coating on them. So the fluffies are just sticking to the nose, and I'm having a hard time getting them off. So I might have to take my lint roller and go over these. But there's the Husky. He was pretty easy to do too. Once you get used to the color changes, I found these pretty easy. I started off with some solid dogs first just to get the feel of the pattern, but It's so similar to the cats that, and I made so many cats that, right? So that is all my puppy dogs. I'll have to take a picture of them all on my table and then insert it up here for you. So I'm interested to see how these do this weekend because my cats do really well. Really, really well. Okay, so I gotta jump off. I gotta go to work. After work, I'm gonna come back down and film the rest of what I got made this week because I have 1, 2, 3 more patterns to show you. One of them is a pattern test. And then me and Brenda have a pedicure after I film. So it's going to be a busy day because as soon as I get home, I got to price and organize and load my car for tomorrow. I think I'm going to try to do a separate market video for just the market. So I'll be back with the other things that I made this week, and they're so stinking adorable. So we'll see you later. Okay, I am just getting home from work. So I thought I would jump on and show you the rest of the stuff that I made this week. And then I got to jump in the shower. And then I got to meet Miss Brenda. And then we are going for a pedicure. And then I got to get my market stuff ready for tomorrow. Okay, so I got a few more things. And I didn't show you any of these in any particular order that I made them in. And one of them is a pattern test, and I will show that one last. But I had seen Karen do this a couple weeks ago on her channel, and she is Yarn and Whimsy. I'll link her YouTube in the description below so you can go check out her channel. It was for a little frog, and I just thought it was so adorable. And it's, you know, I mean, I've done the leggy frog. I think we've all done the leggy frog, most of us. But that frog never really sold well for me. And as soon as I seen Karen show it, I knew I wanted to get it, so I bought it. This was the first one that I made. And I used Elise Voluto for all of these frogs. I used a 5mm hook, and I believe these are 14mm safety eyes. So I made this one. And I made, this is Frankie Jr. So I made 3 Frankie Juniors, and they look so cute. Like, oh no, I made 4. I made 4 Frankie Juniors. I guess I like the pattern because I made 4. I made this one, and then I realized, well, I wish I had a paler yellow, and I didn't in the Elise, so I made the rest of them with this cream. These are really quick and easy. All these patterns will be linked in the description below. So I made 4 Frankie Jr. frogs. And then the pattern comes with Frankie Sr. So I only busted out 2 of those. But how cute is he? Look at his little belly. Just a larger version of the small version. These take quite a bit longer to do. So I would say these are more market friendly than these ones, but these are still quick and easy. I'm not sure what I'm going to charge for these. I mean, I won't get what I want to get probably, but I'll probably do $12 for the little ones and $15 for the larger ones. I don't know. There's quite a big difference in size. I don't know. I don't know that I can get more than 15 for this. These are pretty quick. I'm definitely putting 12 on these. I might do 16. I might do 16 on these. And I have no problems. I know a lot of people don't like the odd numbers, but I have a lot of stuff that's odd numbers and it doesn't seem to affect, you know, people buying them. So I didn't tie myself. Maybe I should make one more and tie myself. I don't know. But these definitely 12. You know, these were really quick and easy. So, but I want to say this one was quite a bit more time. So I'm thinking at least 16. Yeah, I think I'm going to do 16. But these are really cute. These are Melly's Inspired Crochet on Instagram, and she's the same handle on YouTube. So I just thought they were adorable, and well, I made 6 of them, so you know I like the pattern when I make more than one. So I busted out some frogs. And last week I had made Patty the Pelican, and he just looks so cute on my market shelf next to Swift the Seagull. And I had sold out of Swift the Seagull quite a while ago. Every time I make one of these, they sell. So I don't know why it took me so long to replace him. But this is Swift holding a seagull. And I used the Michael Sweet Snuggles Light or Chenille Home Slim in the white, the gray, and the yellow for the French fry. The new Premier Plush, I use carrot and black for his beak and feet. I have non-sinker eyes that I'm trying to use up and get rid of, so he's got the flat back eyes, and I think they look okay. I just personally prefer the sinker eyes, but I want to use them and get them gone. And I think these were 23 millimeters maybe. I don't know. And can I remember her handle? Hand.K Crochet, I think. I'll put it up on the screen. But again, I will link all these patterns in the description below. And he's pretty easy to do. You start at the top of his head. You crochet the beak and the feet as you go. So you do these first and set them aside. The wings you do have to sew on. But he's pretty easy. Pretty easy. I sew the French fry in so it won't come out. But he's pretty stinking cute. So his name is Swift. And again, everyone I've made, I've sold. So I will link him in the description below. But he looks really cute next to the pelican. And I think the last time I sold this one, it was at a Parfait Chunky, and I got 35 for him. So I'll probably do, I don't know, I'll get 45 for him. But he was quite a bit of work. I might just put 45 on him. He is pretty unique. He's a lot larger than the last one I sold for 35. So I think I might just put 45 on him and see what happens. If anything, he's a good attention seeker. So if I have him for more than, like, say 4 markets, then I'll know he's priced too high, because he usually sells pretty quickly. So I made another Swift the Seagull. Isn't he cute? I love him. If I was smart, I would make 2 of them, and then if I sell one, I can just put out another one. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how, if any of these sell tomorrow. See if any of those sell tomorrow. So the last thing I made was a pattern test. And Stacy from Stacy Makes on YouTube, she put out a tester call on Instagram, and it was a mystery tester call. So I applied thinking, oh, it must be for the koala bear. So I don't even know what day I applied to test this. This was like one of the first things I made this week. So I got added to the group chat with the Canva link, and I clicked on it expecting to see a koala bear. Well, it was not for a koala bear. And I was just like, oh my God, it is so stinking adorable. His name is Jimmie. And she picked different people for different critters. So everybody got added to like the koala group chat, or I think it was the lamb was the other one, and then for this one. And she picked the overhaul version for me. So like I was so excited. This is Jimmie, and he's a little sloth. How cute is he? Oh my gosh, he's adorable. Adorable. So I did Elise Voluto for the sloth. I believe I did 20mm safety eyes. I did Bernat Mystical for the overhauls. And I did Elise for his bandana. She didn't have a mouth on hers, but I added a mouth to mine. He's adorable. I thought about 3D printing some little leaves to stick out of his pocket, so I don't know if I'll do that or not, but I might. But he's adorable, and I've done quite a few of her fancy pant series so far. But I can say this is absolutely my favorite out of all of them. There's nothing to say. He was really easy. No issues at all. I love his little hair tufts. This releases on Saturday. My video doesn't go up till Sunday, so I will link it in the description below. But it's adorable. I love it. I love Jimmie. He's adorable. He just makes me happy. When I seen this and was expecting the koala, like, I was instantly like, just so happy. So happy. And sloths, the only sloth pattern I have is from Teresa's Crochet shop, and usually they sell pretty quick, so I'm pretty excited to have a version in overhauls. So we'll see how he does on Saturday. I will probably put $30 on him. I think he's worth it. I think he's worth it. But you know, the cow's going to take longer because you have the ears, and he doesn't have any ears, so one less step you have to do. But oh, Stacy, I love him. Thank you so much for letting me test Jimmie. I just love him. And everybody's sloths in the group chat, oh my God, like they were so adorable. I wish I could take like good pictures. I find my pictures don't do the critters justice, but the sloths in the dresses were cute. The naked sloths were cute. They were all adorable. So this is Jimmie, and I love him. So it is 25 after 1 on Friday. I have my market tomorrow. I have to jump in the shower and then meet Brenda, but I have one more thing to show you. So I got into a Christmas market, but I'm not allowed to bring any of my crocheted items. I'm allowed to bring my embroidered items and 3D printed items. So I kind of wanted to do my chicks and the eggs and do 3D printed eggs and have crochet chicks and eggs at my market. I thought that was kind of my little loophole to get around not having any crochet at all. There's a million egg patterns. I got this one on Maker's World. If you just type in textured Easter egg, there's so many on there. Dave had to size it down a little bit to get it to work with the chick. But I think this will work just fine. So I'll have one chick on display, and then all the other chicks will be in the eggs, not like shown. Like, I'll just have one on display. And I will probably do the same thing with the Diddy Dex Dragon. I'll probably crochet. I think I want to have at least 10 for that market. And I'd like to have probably 15 for this market for these guys. But I think it's pretty cute. And this filament I got on Amazon is just a rainbow silk, but I really like the texture. I don't know if I'll do any solid colored eggs or not. I kind of like the pretty variegated colors, but I think kids will like these. I mean, who wouldn't love a chick in a 3D printed egg? I might take some of these to Sackville tomorrow just to test the waters, because my crochet chicks and the eggs are $10. These are going to be $15. And I'm going to see which ones sell better. If I have time tonight, I might just pump out a few more chickens, because I think I only have a few made, and I want to have a few of each to kind of test the waters. So yes, so that's what I got made this week. Pretty good, wouldn't you say? I think I did pretty good. I did, let me see, I did 17 dogs, 6 frogs, a sloth, a pelican, and well, I mean, that's pretty good. I am feeling better. I am feeling a lot better. But I just want to say these dogs are stinking adorable. They're easy. If you struggle, just tweak the pattern. That's what I did. And the only problem I really had was those wiener dog ears. And she shows you, she did a few of them with the fur on the ears, stinking adorable. But I just chose the regular ears. I only did the fur ears on the spaniel. And I think it's adorable. I just wish I could figure out how to surface crochet and not get frustrated. But I think having to separate this is a pain in the butt, the 3-stranded fur. So I'm going to look for fur yarn that I don't have to separate. I think that will save all of my frustrations for sure. But so adorable. So adorable. Okay, that's it. If I get any crochet done tonight, it's just going to be some mini chickens. So I won't come back and show you. I've shown those a million times. But I will link the pattern in the description below for the chickens. I would like to do more crocheted eggs, but the Bernat just kills me. So I thought, well, I can't bring any crochet to that Christmas market. I'm going to 3D print some eggs and test that out. So I will probably do a separate video for my market tomorrow, and I will come back next week and let you know how I made out at my market in Sackville. So that's it. That's it. So thank you everybody for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd love to have you follow me. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next week. Bye. I was walking Mr. Milo today. It is Wednesday. And this little fella right up here is very vocal, like very vocal. Like has a lot to say. More than usual, I must say. Yeah? This is our time slot, buddy. Chill. I'm surprised Milo's not barking at him. He usually barks at the crows, don't you, baby? I just never heard the crows cackle like that. Like he's making a bunch of weird sounds I've never heard him say before. Really? Really? Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. He's hard to see because he's right in front of the tree. What you think, baby? Being awful loud today, isn't he? Is he talking to you? I think he's talking to you, Milo. Yeah. I think he's talking to you. Come on. Let's go. Well, that's weird. Milo usually barks. What you think, Mr. Crow? Now they're like both going. I don't know why my camera is like so dark. It's not dark out. I don't know, I just think it's weird. I've never heard them. We've never heard them go on like that before, have we, baby? Yeah, they're making a bunch of noises today. Come on, let's go home and get your dinner. Let's go home and get your dinner. Yeah. Yeah, most vocal I've ever heard the crows today. Is there a storm coming, baby? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. All right, peace out.